Good day, everyone. My name is Patrick Orjieh.
And I'm Robert Nugent.
We're here today to give you a walkthrough and overview of the project we built for the mobile development for Root Kiva and the Global Impact Swipe project. What it does is it brings users close to Sustainable Development Goals projects that are around the region or proximity they do live in. So in our platform, you're able to set in your location, and our system is going to suggest you projects that are close by, and you could volunteer for this project. And project directors could also reach out to you through notifications to like for funding events or volunteer days events. So now we're going to give you a walkthrough of our project.
So this is our login for our Global Impact Swipe. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and sign up as a new user. So this is what the user sees when they want to register for an account. First of all, let's type in their email password and confirm password. And we have some local error handling going on. So if you type in an invalid email as so, you'll see an error. And same for the other fields. And how we do this is we do have the local error handling, but it's also connected up to Firebase authentication, which helps us to authenticate the user details, and it'll store them for us so that once the user goes ahead and creates their account, the details will be stored on Firebase authentication, and then when they further go ahead and log in, it'll be verified there. And Firebase also helps us to manage um, have good quality user details through their own error handling and authentication. So it has to be a valid email, and the password has to be of certain quality, or else it will deny it. So once we go ahead and finish setting up our account, we'll then be taken to the home page where we can begin the process of setting our location as well and getting into seeing projects which are in our area, which we can help out with for the sustainable goals. So now we've registered. So we're also going to show logging in and show that that works. So we're going to go ahead and log out and then quickly go in and log into our account, which we just created there. And then after this, we'll also show our one other form of logging in, which is through Apple. So we're just typing in the email of the account which we just created and the password. And there you go, login successful. And now we can go ahead and also show off our last form of logging in, which is through Apple.
And now to show the Apple sign in. So yeah, I'm actually going to be using my official iCloud account. So for this, I'm going to turn off the on-screen keyboard and just put in the password. And likewise, what we have for the registration and login, you're going to see an alert, login with Apple successful. So now, this is the platform. This is the homepage. On this is a pretty slick design. This the projects that you can see here, all these details are actually gotten from a local API that we made to host the project locally that has the images and the project descriptions running here on Node. We have it right here, and all the images being displayed are also shown here as well. These are all the images. It's just going back there. So projects are gotten from the API as well as tips of the day. And now we're going to show you how to set your location, you know, to get suggestions close by.
Yes, so the first thing the user must do when they come into our app is set the location, in order for us to give them the recommendations for the projects. So if we go ahead and click into set location, we get asked for permission for our location. And then if they don't want to give us permission, we also have another way of setting location, which is through manual lookup. So if we go in here and type in, say, some location in Madrid, our app will be using MapKit and also autocomplete in order to find a location and get us the coordinates. And then once the user picks a location, it'll show it on the map and then the set which gives the home page and swipe functionality. So then we go into the swiping functionality, which is now only giving us projects which are based in locations around the location which we just set. So here's one here. If we go ahead and swipe left, it'll give us the X. So we didn't like it. But if we do like a project and we want to save it, we can like it by swiping right. Or if we want more details on that project, we can double tap. And then once we double tap, we'll see the for details about the project, such as where, when the specific location, and also the goals that aligns with for the United Nations Sustainable Goals, as well as some further information. And we did implement being able to phone, but we can't actually do that in the simulator. And this information is all just coming in from the API, and then also shows the map at the bottom there, so with as well as some images of the location. And that is how swiping works. And also we can save it from within here and it'll go to our save projects.
Moving forward for that, like you see, I just saved in the project, and whatever save project that we have, we could also see them right here as well in the project matches screen. If you just click this once, we can see the same details there as well. And this uses the same project details view screen. We could also unlike an image or like the image as well. And that actually brings us next to the future notification feature of this. So at the moment, we have a local push for the notifications. So if I just, this is a Barcelona smart irrigation. If I unlike this and, like this back for a second, and at the moment we have it set that within 10 seconds we get a manual pop-up back for notification from the director of the project, telling us, giving us more overview of the project we just liked. So if we go back into this and we go into our notification screen, we could see the project just came in, and if we click this, it's going to be red, and it's going to be red message, and that takes us now to the accounts page.
So for the account page, it's kind of just a simple reads in the information which we just used to log in, but then the user can also set their information here, such as name and phone number, and they can edit it by clicking into that field and changing it, and then that will update in the Firebase Firestore, and then it will save in that Firestore and display here once we save the changes. Or if we want, we can also cancel. If we make further changes and then click cancel, it'll go back. And then we're also able to set profile pictures if we want to for our account. But we don't have any pictures here to set anyway, but that's the accounts page.
Now going back to the home page, we actually have a profile menu at the top right corner. So if I click this, users are actually able to toggle between the dark mode and light mode, depending on the system settings or depending on what they actually like to have. And we could toggle this back to the light mode as well. And we've also done the about us page, whereby we'll explain our interest on the project and also how the whole idea came about. So on this page, we have, I and Robert myself built this. We have our certain numbers there. And this project was done under the supervision of Dr. Ruth. So we had the reason why we built this project. Like I mentioned before, the whole idea was centered around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have the features of the app here in the About page and how users can interact with the app. This just serves as a guide for the users or new users using the applications, so they have more ideas on how to use the application. You could also learn more about the SDG goals by clicking this button, and it takes you to the Safari page. And lastly, we have a logout, which clears all the user defaults and takes you right out of the page. Thank you.